Hey, good morning. So I was laying in bed this morning and I was just thinking, and the thought occurred to me. Teardrops made my eyes burn as I said to myself, "Look what you done to her." Oh my god, that's so corny. No, that's not the thought that occurred to me. I was in bed and the thought occurred to me, support. And then I was just like, because I don't really stress about that kind of stuff. I really don't. Um, it only comes to light when I see people or when I talk to people, and they always go, "Oh, I saw your videos," and that's just been happening a lot more recently, which I guess is a good thing. But anyways, the thought occurred to me, and I was just thinking, and then God said, so there's a whole conversation in my head, honey. Let me tell you how it went. He's just like, "You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about support." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Why again? Don't I have to worry?" I'm sure I know. I'm sure I already know, but just tell me one more time why I don't have to worry about it. And he's like, that's all you do is support people. And I'm like, okay. Then he brings to my remembrance my entertainment page, because I have an entertainment page on Facebook and Instagram, and it is strictly other people's videos. Mine are there as well, but I have over 12,000 videos of just videos that I thought needed more, exposure. Like in real life, what happened was when I started this page, because I started it maybe like, I don't know, 2 years ago, 1 year. Anyways, I would be on Facebook or Instagram and I would be so bored. Like, I'm like, these platforms are so, and the people over there are so asleep. Like, I know they say the people on TikTok are more woke, but the people on Facebook and Instagram are beyond asleep. Like, they're living in a whole nother world over there. They didn't get any of the news. They didn't know anything that was happening. They weren't learning. Like, it was just really dead. And so when I first started, I was just like, I'm just going to put, information, all the information videos that I find, like the stuff I was thinking about my family, and I was thinking about I was like, they don't know any of this. Let me just like, spread the knowledge. Like when I'm learning something, I'm spreading it over there so that people over there have something else to watch. And so by now I have over 12,000 videos over there. And let me just say, I don't get paid for those. I don't get paid for other people's videos. I'm only eligible for pay on my own videos. So I do mix my own videos in there, but I don't get paid to, spread other people's videos. There's nothing in it for me. If you want to look at it that way. But the pages have really garnered a lot of views. They get over 20,000 views a week. And those pages are the site that a lot of, real entertainment pages, like I know the Shade Room favorites my page constantly. Whatever I put, an hour later they have it. Like, they use my page as like a go-to to see what's hot or to see what's trending or to see, like they use my pages for that. And it's okay, because that's what I want. So I'm like the middle person for a lot of these pages. It's not just the Shade Room. A lot of other entertainment pages come to my page to take videos. So a lot of times when people are going viral and they're like, how did my video get out there? Yeah. Or it may not have actually been me, but people like me that up your video, like we spread it around. And so anyways, all that to be said, all that saying, I do it because I want to. Like, I like, my purpose was to help teach people, and also it's just entertainment. And I just felt like the people over there need to be a little more entertained, because it was boring. But anyways, never did it cross my mind that I was like supporting people, but which I really am. If you think about it, I'm big up in them. I'm hyping them up, because honestly, that's just what I do. I don't even think about that. Like, I'm honestly going to always be someone's hype person. If I'm in the room and you're trying something, I'm going to be, "Oh, you got it. Let's do it." Like, what can I do to help? Like, I'm always going to hype people up. But that's what my page is. It's just a big hyping people up. And so he just said, look at all that karma. Look at all that hyping people up you do all the time, every day, for no rewards. Like, that's karma. And so I was like, oh man, I have a lot of support karma then. Because I wasn't even doing it for that reason, to get people to support me. That wasn't anywhere on my list. I wasn't doing it for that reason. But if you look at it that way, yeah, I do have a lot of karma, So, anyways, interesting. That was just a whole conversation in my head. And if you say, what was I doing it for? Well, me and God, we have these conversations. At some point, he said to me, he brought to my thought, my remembrance, the talents. When he gave out the talents, he gave one person, one talent, one person 2, one person 5. And we were taught that that was money. But what if it wasn't money? What if it was actually talents, skills, abilities that he wanted them to go and use out there in the world for the kingdom of God? And that's what he told me. He said, if you don't use them, then I'll take them and give them to somewhere, like, you have talents that need to be seen. And they were given to you for a purpose. And so I was just like, oh, okay. Basically, I'm sitting on talents. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't really know. He's like, get on social media. Okay, so I'll get on social media. So, I got on here not knowing what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And then, I'm like, I don't know. Am I supposed to be singing? Am I supposed to be dancing? Like, because I have actual, like, real talents. But outside of just talking, that is a talent. And I am, smart. So, and I am a teacher. So I am, like, I have talents. So, but I didn't know which lane. So I kind of, do some different things on here sometimes, because I don't really, he never really said specifically what to do. He just said, get on there. And I got the feeling it was for the exposure. So at some point, whoever he wants to see me is going to see me, and that's going to create the link up that needs to happen, right? That's what I feel like in my head. I don't imagine my goal is to be like a super influencer. I don't think that was ever in the cards. It's for the exposure, so that the link up that needs to happen will happen. That's what I think in my head. I don't know. That last part is just me using my context clues. He didn't really tell me how, but he just told me to get on and just use my talents, basically. And so here I am. So, all that to say, that's it, really. That was that's why I'm here. That's what I do. I hype people up. I big up people. So if you haven't gone to check out my entertainment page, make sure you do that. Yeah, it's a lot of learning over there. A lot of good information. Lots of good information. And now I will say this. I do feel like the climate at Facebook and Instagram has changed. There's more learning pages. There's more, it's more TikTok-ish than it was before. Because when I first started, it was, and I do feel like I had a lot to do with that. I take credit. Because when I started my entertainment page, there was none like it, but you can actually go over there now and find something. Like every 8th video at least is going to be something teaching. Before it was all, car accidents, toxic, twerking. Like, it's still very toxic though. I'm not going to lie. It's still very toxic over there, but I try to mix in a little culture for you guys. So, anyways, I'm just talking, rattling on this morning, huh? All right, well, that's 9 minutes, you guys. Thanks for having coffee with me. Carry on.